The harmonize.
The harmonization of all our different systems is taking a long time, but it will be worth it. Starbucks in Kyoto is designed to harmonize with the surrounding landscape.
Starbucks in Kyoto is designed to harmonize with the surrounding landscape. The Starbucks in Kyoto is designed to harmonize with the surrounding landscape. Starbucks in Kyoto is designed to harmonize with the surrounding landscape. Harmonization.
Namely.
Namely. Are all kinds of namely. I visited the biggest cities in Italy, namely Rome, Florence, and Venice.
I visited the biggest cities in Italy, namely Rome, Florence, Venice.
I visited the biggest cities in Italy, namely Rome, Florence, and Venice.
I visited the biggest cities in Italy, namely Rome, Florence, Venice.
I visited the biggest cities in Italy, namely Rome, Florence, and
I visited the biggest cities in Italy, namely Rome, Florence, Venice.
France. Namely Rome, France, and Venice. Paramount 最重要の Paramount
Standard
基準の
The standardization of replacement parts across all our products will make repairing them much easier. The standardization of replacement parts across all our products will make repairing them much easier.
You should surround yourself with people who have high standards. You should surround yourself with people who have.
You should surround yourself with people who have high standards. You should surround yourself with people who have high standards. You should surround yourself with people who have high standards. You should surround yourself with people who have high standards.
You should surround yourself.
You should surround yourself with people who have high standards.
With people. You should surround yourself with people.
You should surround yourself with people who have high standards.
With people who have high standards.
You should surround yourself with people who have high standards.
You should surround yourself with people who have high standards. You should surround yourself with people who have high standards. You should surround yourself with people who have high standards. You should surround yourself.
You should surround yourself with people who have high standards.
Yourself with people who have high standards. You should surround yourself. You should you should surround yourself with people who have you should surround yourself with people who have high standards, who have high standards, who have high standards. You should surround yourself with people who have high standards, who have high standards. You should surround yourself with people who have high standards. You should surround yourself with people who have You should surround yourself with people who have high standards.
You should
should
surround yourself
surround
with
yourself-
people who have high standards. You should surround yourself with people who have high standards.
Who have
You should surround yourself with people who have high standards.
who have. You should surround yourself with people who have high standards. You should surround yourself with people who have high standards. You should surround yourself with people who have high standards. You should surround yourself with people who have high standards.
You should surround yourself with people who have high standards.
Who have high standards. Who have high standards. You should surround yourself with people who have standards. You should surround yourself with people who have high standards. You should surround yourself with people who have high standards.
You should surround yourself with people who have high standards.
My high standards are keeping me single. My high standards are keeping me single.
My high standards are keeping me single.
Namely, つまり具体的に言うと I visited the
I visited the biggest
I
cities
visited
in
the
Italy,
biggest
Florence,
cities.
Venice.
I visited the biggest cities in Italy. I visited
I visited the biggest cities in Italy.
I visited the biggest cities in Italy, namely Rome, France, and Venice.
Address.
Address 住所
Address.
ちゃう住所っていう名詞もあるけど取り組む対処する演説する Can you please address this issue as soon as you
Can you
can?
please address this issue as soon as you can?
Can you please address Can you please address this issue as soon as you can?
Can you please address this issue as soon as you can?
As soon as
Can you please address this issue as soon as you can? Distribution.
distribution 分配 distribute I worry that this distribution of
I
wealth
worry that the distribution of wealth is becoming increasingly uneven.
increasingly uneven. I worry that I worry that
the distribution of wealth is becoming
That is-
increasingly uneven.
I worry that
the distribution of wealth is becoming
I worry that
increasingly
the
uneven.
distribution of wealth. I worry that the distribution of wealth is becoming increasingly uneven. I worry that the distribution of wealth is becoming increasingly uneven.
I worry that the distribution of wealth is becoming
Wealth.
increasingly uneven.
I worry that the distribution of wealth is becoming increasingly uneven. Okay.
Distribution.
I worry that the distribution. I worry that the distribution of wealth is becoming increasingly uneven.
Harmonization.
ハーモニゼーション、統一とか調整とか調和。Harmonize. Starbucks in Kyoto is designed to harmonize with the surrounding landscape. Starbucks in Kyoto is designed to harmonize with the Starbucks in Kyoto is designed to harmonize with the surrounding landscape. Starbucks and convenience store and so on are designed to harmonize with the surrounding landscape. Crop 作物収穫できる。
Remarkable.
Remarkable 目立つ著しい。Remarkable. Finishing a marathon in 3 hours. Marathon. Finishing a marathon in 3 hours is good but not really remarkable.
Finishing a marathon in 3 hours is good, but not really remarkable.
Finishing a marathon in 3 hours is good but not really remarkable. Landform 土地形が Dialect 方言 Speaker dialect Isn't it?
Isn't it curious that there are so many different dialects spoken in a small country like Japan?
Isn't it curious that there are so many different dialects spoken in a small country like Japan? Isn't it curious?
Isn't it curious that there are so many different dialects spoken in a small country like Japan?
Isn't it curious that there are so many different dialects spoken in a small country like Japan? Isn't it curious? Isn't it curious that there are so many different dialects? Isn't it curious that there are so many different dialects spoken in a small country like Japan?
Leader.
指導者
Unite.
結合するまとめる団結する Unite Point 目的価値じゃあ目的と問題点At some point What's the point?
What's the point?
What's the point?
Point.
What's the point?
Geographical.
地理
Location.
位置と場所 Can you send me the location of the karaoke place?
Can you send me the location of the karaoke place?
Can you send me the location of the karaoke place?
Location.
Intrusive.
Okay. Intrusion. Intrusive.
Omit.
排除する
Mounted.
馬に乗った
Willing.
何するつもり住んで何する気があるしても構わない Offer 申し出る提供する Thank you for offering to help
Advancement.
Advancement. Simple.
Knowledge.
知識 My knowledge of Japanese history used to be great, but it's a bit. I used to, but it's a bit rusty now. To be the best of my knowledge.
Knowledge. My knowledge of Japanese history used to be great, but it's a bit rusty now. To the best of my knowledge.
Address.
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 対処する
Military.
Military 軍事の
Defeat.
打ち負かす打ち負ける打ち負かす This math question has defeated me. This question has defeated me.
This math question has defeated me.
This math question has defeated me. This question has defeated me.
Ancestor.
Ancestor. Sense.
Awareness.
認知 It's important to have awareness.
It's important to have awareness of how your body language makes others feel.
It's important to have awareness. Awareness.
Awareness.
Awareness. Awareness. It's important
It's
to
important to have awareness of how your body
Awareness.
language makes others
have
feel.
awareness.
It's important to have awareness
It's
of how your
important to
body
have
language makes others feel.
awareness. Awareness. It's important to have awareness. 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 It's important to have the awareness of how your body language makes others feel.
Standard.
Standard 基準